So like basically like he was like talking about focusing on what you do want to get the outcome in your life that you do want. But he was basically like, okay, what if you go to a restaurant and the waiter comes up to you. You go to a restaurant, the waiter comes up to you, and they say, "Hey, what would you like today?" And you're like, "I just definitely don't want those tacos. I definitely don't want those tacos. Thank you." And then the waiter's like, "The fuck?" And then he goes to the back. He's back there for 20 minutes, and they're like, "Yo, what did table 2 want? Their food's not there yet." He's like, I don't remember. I think he said something about tacos, and they're like, "Okay, okay." And then they bring you tacos. But it's like in life, life is just like a menu. Like whatever you focus on, that's what you're gonna get. So I was like, oh dang, that's actually a really good analogy. You're like, no, I don't want that, I don't want that, and then like you're focusing on like the thing you don't want. And
It's in
you're
your
just
head,
like
bro. Whatever you think about, you get, bro.
and you're looking at the side of the road, bro. You're gonna go to the side of the road.
Yeah,
But
true. Yeah, man. It's like if you if you look right, you start to lean right. If you look up, you start to stand up straight. Like that's why when you're doing barbell rows, you have to look at the grind. If you look up, your form's gonna be up, right? You're gonna put pressure on your lower back. But another thing that's a good point is like my this was a client like 3 years ago, but she was saying stuff like, "Oh my God, like how do you say no to those foods? How do you say no to this? How do you say no to that?" I was like, just imagine that you're allergic to those foods, right? Like, just imagine you're allergic to shrimp. What are you gonna say? I can't eat shrimp. I can't eat shrimp, right? So you have the discipline to not eat what you need to eat. You just haven't established that in your mind, right? That you haven't set boundaries, and boundaries are so important in all aspects because of that. Because the way I think about shit, like when I had the gastritis shit, the ulcers, bro, I got fucking scared of food, bro. It's basically like having AIDS, bro. You get scared of shit. But like, bro, I was scared of food, bro. I was like, oh shit, I'm not eating this. I'm not eating that. Anything that gave me a bad reaction, I started being like, yo, I'm not eating that. I'm allergic to that. Basically, that's how I thought of it because it gave me a bad reaction. That's how you have to be about your goals. Like you got to be serious about your goals so much that if someone says something negative, you're like, I'm not fucking with that negative shit. Like I'm not fucking with that negative shit. Someone says certain words, does certain things, you're just willing to cut them off faster. Like people don't have the abundance mindset a lot. They're very just like scarcity mindset, and like they'll be like, no, that's my friend, like I can't get rid of him, even though that friend is going in the opposite direction you want to go in, and then you end up going in that same direction. Like some dude on the live yesterday, he was saying something about like I said something basic like someone was like, oh yeah, like what do I say to my fat friends? I was like, why would you have fat friends if you're gonna be lean? You can't be lean and have fat friends. You guys don't have anything in common. You guys don't have the same standards. And people were like, oh my God, you're so strict. If you think that's strict, then you're never gonna get lean. Like it's ridiculous. So people don't understand that. Like usually if I see a fat person, actually if a fat person sees me, they're gonna look at me like, oh, we have nothing in common. We don't do the same things. I stay up at night, I drink beer and I eat ice cream. He probably doesn't. I don't go to the gym. He probably does. We go to different sections of the grocery store. I don't get bitches. I'm in a sexless marriage. He's probably not. Like we're not in the same situation, so we can't relate to anything. What are we gonna talk about? Hey, how's being fat? It's not fun, man. How's being lean? It's fun. Like what the fuck are we gonna say to each other, bro? It's so stupid, bro. It's like when people say, it's like when a chick that doesn't align with you, she'll say some stuff like, talk to your business about me. I'm like, you don't know anything about business, bitch. Like shut the fuck up. Like it's just
oh my god,
stupid shit like
yeah, it's
that.
kind of like when people are like oh, you trade stocks and stuff, like bro, like I want to get into that, like yeah, man.
Oh my gosh, you said it. You said
No,
that. I want to get into that.
yeah, bro,
No, I
I don't
hate that, dude.
bro, I don't talk stocks to anybody. I don't even like posting stock stuff. It's like I hate like the mindset of people who say they trade. Like I fucking hate that mindset, bro. That's
People
why
aren't
like
intentional.
so like yeah, so then that's why like my stuff like I literally just explain. So I just want to teach people like the right way, and then that's it. And I get away. I don't want to look at comments because it's always like, dude, like this guy's selling courses, or like this guy's like, and it's like all these fake stuff. I'm like, bro, I don't want to see any of it. Just like
Bro,
be like the old heads, like the old heads, like they'll literally like, and I think that's why they don't get on online to teach anybody, because they know like, oh, people are just gonna see money. But like the old heads, they literally just go on, they trade and make money, and then nobody knows who they are. And that's kind of how like I want to do it. But then like there are good people, and I filter it out with like the Discord. I filter out like who's really serious and like who's actually really like real about it. And that's why we put that Discord out there, because we're like, bro, if you really want to learn, like you'll slide. But if
you
not,
gotta
who
be careful,
cares?
man.
Stay away from me if you're one of those
Yeah.
trying to get rich quick people. Like, get the fuck away from me, bro.
Same, bro. Same thing for fitness, bro. But what I want to say is like, you have to be very careful because when you build a platform, you work for that platform, right? You became someone of value, and your platform is displaying that, and people respect you and people follow you to get better in a certain aspect, right? So when you allow haters to, use your platform and comment, right? You're basically saying that you're on their level or they're on your level when you allow that shit. So that's why I'm like, yo, if you got haters, block them out because they shouldn't even be interacting with you because in real life they would not, right? You're not on the same level. Like they're on level 1, you're on level 100. Why would you talk to someone on level 1? That means that you believe you're on level 1 or they're going to believe that they're on your level, right? So like if someone hates on your shit and you interact with them, that's you. That's it's going to mess up your identity and your mindset because you're going to be like, "Wait, am I on level 1 too?" Like
I mean,
even if you don't say that inherently, you're going to be like, "Wait, am I on level 1 too?" That's why you do not let those people like talk on your platform because it's like, dude, they have a
yeah, all
negative
that I mean,
mindset.
all that is people projecting their insecurities on you on you. Like they're jealous because they know that they can be doing that if they really got up off their ass, but then they're gonna like try to talk you down and shit like, oh, you didn't really do that, man. You can't even do that. But
And that's the most
you have
attention
to,
they'll get type shit though. That's why I said like get them off your platform because they can't
yeah.
they can't build their own platform. Don't let them use yours.
Yeah, no, ignore and then you ignore them, and then it's like it's the easy and the simple thing of not taking advice from people who haven't done the thing that you want to do, or people who aren't in a place higher than you. So you never even pay attention to them. So like all that petty like comment and like rage stuff. Like I used to be so scared in the beginning. I was like, oh my god, and then you gotta realize like, bro, you're him, bro. Like you're him, and you're in that position for a fucking reason, and people are hating because again, it's literally like once you look at it and you break down the comments and you look at the person or look at their
That's right.
name,
Yeah.
suck these nuts or something like stupid
Yeah. A
shit.
lot and a
It's
lot,
like they hate
bro.
their life and they're like,
Yeah.
dang, I know that could be me, but I'm too lazy. You know what, man? And then all that's inside of them, all that frustrated pent up rage inside of them is just coming out on the keyboard and they're typing that shit up. It's like
Yeah.
that shit
Like
doesn't
they,
even. I don't even care anymore, bro. I'm like, bro.
bro.
I'm like Stephon Diggs with this shit. I'm like, ask Cardi B. Ask Cardi B.
Bro, they see us on the other side of the isekai and they're waiting to die to join, but they can't. Like it's not gonna happen. That's what's really going on. It's like Sword Art Online. Like their online shit is when they're really like themselves. They're like, oh my god, I could be this avatar. And then as soon as they hang it up, their mom's like, what is your fat ass doing? And they're like, fuck, I'm fat. You know what I mean? But then we're actually living this shit, so they're like, the fuck, they hate that shit.
Yeah,
It's
but I
crazy.
mean, but then that's the thing. That's the thing too. They're like you said. That's actually pretty deep. Like isekai. That's why I like isekais too. Yo, we got to talk some isekais too, bro. But that's why I like that concept too, is because they're like you said, like they're waiting for the isekai, but they have to decide when they're gonna do that isekai because isekai is real life. That whole concept is real
Literally.
life. It's like you got to kill the old you to become this new version, and then it's all
That's what this
about
tattoo is
again.
right here.
You gotta be that person right now. And then once you're that person, it's like it doesn't change. It's like, all right, you're him, and then you're gonna do all the things that he does type shit. It's not like, oh man, I can't go to the gym. I'm gonna eat those chips. Like nah. You gotta
Bro.
kill all that old stuff.
Dumb, yeah.
Whatever you used to do, just do the opposite. And that yo, what's his name? I think it was Ed Milet or someone that I used to watch. They said they're like, bro. I think it might have been that Dan Co. It might have been Dan Co. I don't know, but they were like, "Hey, if you want to win, all you have to do is do
Reverse
the
engineer.
opposite of what you're doing. Because you're losing, right? You're losing. Yeah. Just do the fucking opposite. You're not going to the gym. Go to the gym. You don't run. Start running.
No, that was ClickFunnels guy, wasn't it? On David
Was it?
Shannon's podcast or Myron Golden's podcast.
Oh no, it was one of them.
It was one, but yeah, I think because that makes sense though. It's like you just reverse engineer. That's what I told people. I was like, if you've gotten fat, that means you successfully put on the weight. That means like I always say this. That means when you were tired after work, you still ate all the ice cream, bro. That means you're locked in. So do the fucking opposite now. Like that's all you got to do because you got to think about it. When you're tired from work and you're running out of time and you're continually gaining fat, that means you still find a way to eat 4,000 fucking calories. So it's like you're locked into that. So the identity shit is very interesting though because when it comes, there's a similarity between like training for sports, including MMA and boxing. Because I'm noticing this in boxing, but boxing's reminding me of football. Because before I go to boxing, it feels like we're about to go see Coach Funk or some shit, bro. Like it's just crazy, bro. Like boxing's very similar because when you go to boxing, football, CrossFit, all of that is very very similar because it's a humbling process. Because the first day. All right, let's say we're doing boxing. The first day, you're like, yeah, bro, it's cool. Like after today, I'll be Canelo. No, you're not. You're not gonna be close. All right, and then Or you think you're gonna be Floyd Mayweather or some shit. You watch his drills, you're like, yeah, I can do that. CrossFit, you'll be like, yeah, I'll be Rich Froning after like 2 sessions. No, you're not. Not even close. MMA, you'll be like, yeah, Conor McGregor, bro, he's pretty cool, but I'm better than him. No, you're not. You're not even close, right? That's exactly how the fitness journey is. That's how all journeys in life. That's the self improvement journey in general. But a lot of people literally never humble themselves enough to actually realize that, yeah, bro, you're gonna suck in the beginning. You have to be humble enough to know that you're gonna suck in the beginning in order to accept the fact that you can get better. But a lot of people don't accept that fact that they suck in the beginning. They just think that they suck overall. They have that fixed mindset instead of the growth mindset. So it's
Right,
like
right, right.
it's like they're thinking and they're like, dang, bro, I suck at this. Oh, it's not meant to be. That's how I used to think. Because I remember in football practice, I was like, dang, dude, I'm not as good. And I asked you, I was like, bro, why is everyone raving about you? What are you doing in practice? You're like, I'm going 100%. I was like, what the fuck? You can go 100% in practice? Bro, I used to go like 30%, bro. I went 30% for years and I just kept starting, bro. I was going 30%. I was like, you can go 100% in practice. And I was like, what's the point of that? And then you're like, you go to 100% in practice, you're going to get better in the games too because you're giving it all you can in practice. Like, what are you doing, bro? So that's when I realized I was like, yo, you got to be intense. Like, you got to be him every fucking day. Like, you can't turn on and off beast mode. You got to be the beast mode, bro. Like, and that's the thing about the
Yeah,
CrossFit shit.
exactly.
It's like, if I do 3 CrossFit sessions, if I don't end up in the hospital, which I'm pretty sure I would, if I don't end up in the hospital with rhabdomyosis or fucking death, then like I'm not gonna be good at the CrossFit games anyways. I'm gonna have a lot of work to do. I'm gonna have to be like, dang, I suck at this. Dang, my snatch is too low, is too weak. My power clean is good, but my snatch is too weak. You know, my squat's good, but my running isn't good. Like all that stuff, you're gonna have to really evaluate and do inventory, and that's the inner work that people don't want to do because that's mindset mostly. It sounds like you're just working on numbers or like boxing, you're just working on drills, but it's really mental.
Yeah, bro, that CrossFit shit, bro. I remember we did CrossFit, bro. I slept for 27 hours. I swear to God, bro. I didn't wake up, bro. I was like, man, because we did like that's coming off of football. Like we're doing football, like we did stadiums and everything. I was like, bro, this is gonna be easy, bro. We did that CrossFit workout, bro, and then we went and we threw the ball. I think it was me, Chad, AJ. It was me, Chad, AJ, and what was the wide receiver? I forgot
That
his name.
oh
He was fast. So I forgot his name. Djax. Yeah, so it was me, Chad, Djax, AJ, and we did a CrossFit, and then we went and threw the ball after, bro. Bro, when I went to sleep, bro, I swear to God, bro, I didn't eat. I was just like, I need Gatorade. Yeah, 27 hours, bro. But anyways, but yeah, that's what it is. It's all about the discipline, to understand and the faith that okay, whatever I desire, I'm gonna get it. But I just have to trust this process, and along with the discipline thing, all you have to do is with trusting the process. The only way you can trust the process is if you trust yourself. What does that mean? What do I mean by that? This is deep too. I think I just made a video on this, but the only way you could trust the process is if you trust yourself, because you are the process, and you're like it's again keeping those promises to yourself. So that's why it's important to have discipline, and the only thing discipline is sticking through things or doing the things that you don't want to do. For instance, and training your body to do what your mind knows it needs to do. So, for instance, like that's why a lot of I'm telling you, a lot of those channels talk about like, oh, guys are like obsessively beating their meats. It's like, bro, come on.
whacking, bro.
But
Calluses.
but that's a discipline thing in their mind. Like, can you like not control that? And then there's the other thing is like, oh, like people are overweight. Well, can you not control just not grabbing the bag of chips, or grabbing a low calorie chip, or grabbing protein chips? Can you can control like, okay, I'm going to the gym consistently. Like it's just discipline things, training yourself to do the things that you know you need to be doing. And when you do the things that you know you need to be doing, then you're going to trust yourself, and you're going to trust yourself to get those things done. So then whenever you decide to do something, like you're like, all right, I've decided, guys. Like when you make that decision, I've decided, guys, I'm going to go to the NFL. Like in your head, you're like, he's going to the NFL. Like your head says he's going to the NFL. He's going to the NFL. Oh, he's going. Like in the back, you're gonna hear the voices. He's going to the NFL. He's going to the NFL.
Yep,
Or
that
if
goes
you're like,
back to
or if you're like, bro, today I'm gonna get a trade. It's gonna go 10K. I'm making a 100% trade. It's going 10K, bro. Like you're in your head is gonna go. He's getting 10K. Because you've already kept the promise. In the past, you've kept those promises to yourself. You have that discipline. Like I'm going to the gym today. You wake up, you go to the gym today, or you're like, I'm
that's
getting up
just
at 6 a.m.
yeah.
You don't hit snooze. You wake up at 6 a.m. So you have to keep those promises to yourself because you trust yourself, and then your subconscious is gonna believe anything that you decide to do is gonna get done. So then when you decide like, all right, I'm gonna level up. I'm gonna become a millionaire and give it a time. You can give it a time if you want to. You don't need to, but you can say in 3 months I'm gonna be a millionaire. Your mind's gonna be like, oh, he can. But if you don't keep those promises, then the
You
back
do
of your
want to give it a timeline though. Like you want to give it some like because you don't just want to have the because that can actually spur you into action. Because for example, like my coach said he did a few years of like training boxing, and then his coach was like, okay, in 4 months you got to do your first fight, and he just ramped up the fucking training because he's like, fuck, in 4 months I got to do my first fight, and it gave him like a lot of like stress. That's kind of like why I like to put timelines on. I like to put timelines on health journeys only for urgency, not for like urgency, so you can do the action so much that you become the person. But it's not for you to just get those results that quick. It's for you to become that person in that process. But another thing with the discipline, the issue is if you always lie to yourself, you're the only person who's heard all your lies. Because you might lie to someone, they'll be like, "Oh, okay, this is that," but you heard all your fucking lies. So if you keep lying to yourself, you're not gonna believe anything you say, and then you're gonna have negative self talk. Like people in my comment section sometimes they have negative self talk. Like, yeah, man, I'm a loser. I'm not gonna get on Body Game. Listen, I'm not the suicide fucking hotline, so I'm not gonna say anything. But like you have to, because my videos always tell you need to lock in and you need to confide in yourself, and that goes back to integrity, doing what you want to do long after the mood leaves you. So if you write down your morning routine, I'm gonna read, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna drink water. I'm eating high protein, I'm hitting my protein number, and you don't feel like doing that like during the day, and you still do it. That's integrity right there, and that integrity is going to build confidence. It's going to build self-esteem. It's going to build discipline. All right, so it's so important because people aren't like when you're actually on your grind, no one else is on the grind. It's gonna be, that'll be discouraging, but that's why you have to really stick to your goals because no one's there. No one's there to help you. No one's gonna be like, yo, did you do what you needed to do? No one's gonna do that because at the end of the day, it's up to you to do it anyways. Like a lot of people think that if David Goggins yelled at them every day, that they would do what they need to do. They just fucking wouldn't. They literally wouldn't. They would just get sick of him and then move out because they're so undisciplined. They don't want the shit bad enough. You see what I'm saying? Like people always think like people. The problem is when people invest in coaching, they don't think they're investing in themselves. Those who think they're investing in themselves, they do good. Those who don't realize that it's a self-investment and they just think that, I'm be like, hey, yo, hold on, bro. Today's Thursday. I'll go do push-ups for you. It's not going to fucking work like that. If you don't do the push-ups and you don't eat the food, you're not getting the results. I can't not eat the food for you. You have to not eat the food. All right. I can't invest in stocks for you. You have to invest in stocks. I can't go do photo shoots for your social media. I can't pull up to the girl for you. You feel me? That's all. You have to do that. You have to become that person. And people don't want to become that person. They just want the result.
That also ties into like finding your why. Like if you have that why, it can help propel you to that to do the thing. But the issue with the whole finding the why thing is like a lot of people are just seeing the end result and not having a why. So they'll see the end result. For instance, they'll see like dang, oh yo, fit is fit, bro. Yo, fit is fit. Yo, what's going on? Fit got the car. Yo, that's crazy, bro. I'm trying to get like fit, and then they're like, all right, today I got to do 1,000 push-ups, and then they're like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, then they burn out, nigga. They burn out. That shit hurts.
But then they might not see what my why was. Like my why, the first time I got in shape ever, I was doing hella push-ups every day because I was like, dang, those girls like those football players, bro. I need a chest, I need arms, bro. I need a chest. So I started doing. I think I used to do like 4,000 push-ups in a day because every commercial break, I would do 2 sets of 100, and I used to do 100 push-ups straight every commercial.
And I was eating Doritos watching you, bro. Like, what the fuck is this dude doing, bro?
I used to do 100, and then people were like, you can't do 100 push-ups. And then the Marines came to our school, and then I did 100 push-ups, and they're like, what the fuck? But anyways, but like, what was my why was like, I wanted to get bitches, bro. I wanted to get girls, bro. So I was like, bro, I gotta be like those football players. I want to get those girls. So I was dedicated, bro. My why was that powerful. And your why doesn't have to be something objective like that or.
That's a common why though. That's a common. Listen, I was talking to Marcel about this shit, bro. Niggas do not care about their health, bro. What do they care about? Getting bitches, bro. So if you're like, yo, bro, your blood pressure's high, your cholesterol's high, bro, you might have a stroke. They're like, oh yeah, strokes are cool, bro. I think I've seen people have that shit before. They're like, yo, but if you get lean, you can get bitches. Yeah, bro. So like, where do I sign up? How many push-ups, bro? And then they kind of get motivated, and then they fall off, and then this, that. But as long as they're willing to. As long as that, like you said, that why is strong enough, because in Hunter x Hunter, like your aura, the strength of your aura and how serene it is going to be based on like both how calm you are in your mind, how locked in your mindset is, and how strong your why is. Because that's why Uvujin, the strongest
Oh yeah.
spider or whatever. That's why, like, nigga was like so confident in himself that his aura was the strongest shit. Like literally, bro. Like he actually had no talent, bro. He just had straight fucking strength, bro, because his aura was that strong. Like that's what it is, and that's that body game shit. Like people need to stop saying dumb shit like, "Oh, am I on body game or not?" You're not on body game because you don't trust yourself because you haven't done what you said yourself would do. You lied to yourself so many times that you don't have confidence in yourself, and people can tell when you have that confidence in yourself. It's not like you walk with your head up and you're like, "Yo, what's up?" It's just like you're comfortable, being alone. You're comfortable in every situation because you know that whatever you put your mind to, you're gonna do.
Yeah, bro. And you mentioned too, like you gotta relax, like, and that's why, like, in a lot of those Eastern cultures, and then even in animes, they heavily focus on like breathing, and the only reason they focus on breathing is because,
Like your favorite anime, Demon Slayer.
bro, shut the fuck, that shit is trash, bro.
That's just
Bro,
that's just gas.
the animation is crazy though. I'm not gonna cap, bro. That
I'm
animation is
telling you,
crazy,
bro. It
bro.
clear
I
it
keep
clears JJK, bro.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. No, but I keep seeing the edits on TikTok with the music in the background, like showing the thunder technique by what's his name? I forgot his name. The sleepy nigga. What's
Oh,
his
sleepy
name?
nigga, fucking Inosuke. No, not Inosuke. What the fuck is his name? God damn it, bro. I forget.
Yeah, but they keep showing like his thunderclap because like his shit goes hard when he falls asleep, and he like he's wearing all orange, but that shit goes crazy. But you see his breath. His breath is like, and then it goes, and then he's like going crazy. But basically, like, he goes to that quote that says, the only reason that like humans are miserable is because we take seriously what the gods take for fun. And it's basically like you have to have fun in life. Like you have to just enjoy what you're doing, love it every day. That energy is gonna just cause you to do things like, and it's just gonna like magically just happen and be easy. Like you'll see the football players like Lamar Jackson and stuff just like running around and just kind of laughing. And then people are like, "Yo, I can't catch him. You're taking it too serious. You're too tense. You're taking it too serious." But you
Zenitsu.
have to breathe. You have to relax. And once the only time that you're gonna be successful in things, even in trading, like you can't be emotional. Even in trading, like you have to relax, bro. Like be detached, relax, and then you'll be able to see things. But once you're in flight mode, you can't be in that like fight or flight mode. If you're in fight or flight mode, all those chemicals kick up to just take action and be like kind of sporadic, but it's gonna cause your second nature to kick in, which is again you're tense. You're not gonna be able to relax and analyze the situation because you have a little bit of time right now where you can sit back, analyze the situation, whatever you're in. Don't panic. Right now you're like a lot of people are thinking like, oh, I'm in debt, like $2,000 debt. Like is the debt like stabbing you right now? Is it like is there a knife in you right now? Is what I always tell people. I'm like, are you dying? Are you like about to die on your last breath? No, you're probably like healthy, everything's good. You're under a roof probably. You probably have like 2 days till rent and like you can't pay it maybe. But guess what? Sit back, relax, because in this current moment, you're fine. And then like this whole life, like it's, bro, don't take it that seriously, but take it
That's
serious in the sense that you're going to be taking care of yourself. You're going to be disciplined, all that stuff, but have fun in the process and understand that yeah, there's going to be hiccups, but it's part of the game. That's how you grow.
By the way, shout out to my barber. But that's what I call little things holding you back. So let me tell you something. When I went to go see Hamilton, right, there was like 500 people in attendance, maybe 600 people in attendance because it was in Chicago, right? How many actors were there? There was less than 20, and they're on a stage, right? But since the light was shown on the actors, that's all we focused on. We focused on the 20 people, not the 600 people in the audience. That's how it is when you're focusing on the negative shit that's happening to you instead of the positive shit. You might have 1,000 positive things happening to you. You're alive, you have clean water, you have family, you're making money. The money you're making is way more than the debt you have, but you're so focused on the debt that you have that you're spending the money that you do have instead of, focusing on how you're going to pay off that debt because you're focused on that problem. You're focused on that negativity, right? You can't be negative and positive at the same time. So you're focused on the negativity of the debt, and then you start seeing the negative in everything. Like you get beeped at, you're like, see, they're always beeping at me. Everything always happens to me. Then you get into victim mindset. Then you bring that energy to cashiers, and cashiers are gonna have a bad attitude with you. And then you're like, see, everyone hates me, and you're just gonna keep carrying that on. And then by the end of the year, it's literally like you're gonna you're gonna have so many things on your shoulder, like in Jujutsu Kaisen when they have to exercise shit Like when
Oh
you have
yeah.
demons on your shoulders from negative emotions, that shit's real. That's how it really works. Like people think that's why people when people watch anime, I'm like, you guys don't understand. This shit is fucking real. This is not Love Island, nigga. This is real, bro. Like this shit actually happens. That Love Island goofy shit, bro, is just stupid. But like anime is real shit. Like negative emotions will hold you down because you're constantly thinking negative shit and you're attracting negative attention constantly, right? And that's something, bro. Like when someone, it's funny when someone negative walks into the room, everybody knows it. It's like, oh, everyone can feel it, and everyone slowly finds different ways to like kind of distance themselves, right? Everyone can sense that shit. If someone has mysterious, powerful aura, some people gravitate, some people like observe, but everyone usually gives you like those, they just start looking at you and shit like that. So it's like people can sense energy for sure, but yeah, you can't be in a negative mindset and try to be positive. That's why at the end of each day, beginning of each day, say what you're grateful for, but at the end of each day, also count like the good things that happen because, like I've seen people fail on their fitness journey because they have one bad thing happening and they're executing on everything, but then they focus on that one bad thing so many times that they just start thinking negatively about everything, right? Because you can't have faith and doubt at the same time. And sometimes your mind, which is really what you're against, your mind will literally tell you like, yeah, man, like I can't do this. And it's like, dude, you lost 3 inches faster than I lost 3 inches off my waist. You're literally coming down. You're gonna be at your goal within 6 months, but they're like, nah, I can't do this, man. I can't because they're focused on the negative.
Yeah, bro. And so that directing the direction of your focus is, bro. That's like the main thing. And then like they say, oh, like energy goes where your attention, or energy flows where your attention goes. And it's like it really is true. It's like, what was that thing I saw the other day? It was talking about dang, I forgot what it was talking about. It was talking about I was thinking, what was it? Oh, I forgot what I was gonna
I
say.
mean, I could relate to this though because That's why like that's why every time you focus on the huzz, that your everything else goes out of whack. Cause it's like people who don't get huzz always say, "Yo, I want huzz. I wish I had huzz and shit like that. I wish I had some girls in the rotation." People who say that don't get bitches because once you get that shit and you put attention on it, now you're getting all the negative energy from that, and you're getting all the soul ties, and you're getting all the just negative shit, and you're putting all your energy there. Everything else is like falling on the back burner. Yeah, you're still in shape. Yeah, you're still working, but you can be pouring that energy into something else and like growing it because your seed is literally creative. It's your creative power. So you giving your seed to all these chicks, that have like Call of Duty lobby body counts and shit like that. You're just cooked. You're literally ruining your own energy, and then they're texting you. But even when they text you, right? You guys are connected. You guys have that soul tie. There's a lot of negative energy getting poured into you that wasn't always getting poured into you. And you could, when you're really locked in, like when you're in routine, like I am right now, bro, you feel unstoppable. Like it's crazy. You really like your skin's actually gonna glow, bro. I don't know the science behind that shit, but your skin's gonna like, bro, my skin's fucking glowing because I'm in routine, bro. I'm not fucking around, bro. Like waking up, doing my morning routine. I'm not showing that shit. I'm not saying I am. I'm fucking doing it, bro. And when you're doing the shit that you say you're gonna do, you just feel powerful. Doing what
Yeah,
you need to do, eating the same thing every night, meaning some eggs and steak or some eggs and chicken every fucking night, bro. After boxing. And,
I like
and
I
oh
like
yeah,
I
back
like
to what
having
you
those.
said.
I was gonna say I like having those fasting days too. Like I fasted on Wednesday, and it was like all right, it's a little bit tough. And then I thought about it in the moment. I was like, no, it feels good. Like my body's just like clearing itself of everything. And then you look in the mirror, and then my stomach is like non-existent. I'm like,
Bro, that's how I feel when you up your fat. For me, when I up my fats and drop my carbs, like when my fats are like 100, I sort of got 100 to 120, and my fats are that fucking high, but my carbs are like 150 or 175. Like right now they're like 150, 175. I just look fucking shredded all the time because I just don't have like extra like bloating or anything. But I did want to say like what you said about relaxing earlier is so important because when it comes to like even boxing, right? Like obviously CrossFit is another example. Like you want to show off in CrossFit, it's your first session, so you go all out, and now you're so sore and you might be hurt, right? Or you might have rhabdomyosis and have to go to the hospital, right? So now you can't train consistently like you needed to. Same thing for boxing. Like you're gonna try to like when you're hitting the pads, you're gonna try to like hit it as hard as you can. When you're tense like that, you can't get combinations down, right? When you're tense for punches, you can't get combinations down. You can't control, you can't defend, so you're always gonna lose, right? You're trying to show off and rush the process by being tense. You have to relax and realize that the process is going to take time because you just can't get good at it. Like, no one has ever been good at anything like naturally. It just doesn't happen. We all think Thomas Edison was. He just found like 10,000 ways to fail. Like, people are never good at anything. Like, even people even tell me now, they're like yeah, you just have good genetics, bro. If you really want to get like down into it, I had the narrow clavicle shit, and now it looks like, oh, you just have wider shoulders and smaller waist. That's work, nigga. Or people would be like, yo, like, you just have, bro, like, you have good face, you're lucky. It's like, bro, apparently in high school I was the ugliest nigga of all time. That's what they used to say, bro. Until I started working on my looks and shit like that. They used to say I was the ugliest nigga all the time, bro. Hey, I can't help that shit. That's what they used to say.
Yeah, that's all you can do is just show. Like, you got to show up every day, and then, like you said, like when I used to go 100% in football practice, like every day, it's because I was like, you know what, like the other video that I made the other day, I think we talked about this too. Is like you don't have. We think that we have more time than we do, right? Like you like, oh yeah, tomorrow's guaranteed. No, it's not guaranteed. So in every moment, you got to give it 100%. Just give it your all. You showed up in that. You showed up in the arena. That's like the biggest thing, is just showing up. Like, you go to the gym. Like, maybe you never go to the gym. You go to the gym. You show up. That's the first part. And then once you're there, just give it 100%, because you might not see tomorrow, but then at least you could leave knowing like, oh, right, I give him all. That's the number one reason you give it 100%. The second reason is, when you give it 100%, you're only going to get better every single time. You're only going to get better. And then when the actual challenge does come up, you're going to be like, oh, dang, I only needed 50% or 50% power to beat this actual thing. So the real thing is not going to be as hard. But
Facts. Yeah, you got to train. You got to train the hyperbolic time chamber, man. That's what you got to do. But what I realized too is, like, people focus, like, I don't always want to focus on timelines as much, because, like I said earlier, like, timelines are cool, but like, to give you urgency. But I don't want to focus on them so much, depending on what it is, because you have to first become that person. Becoming is so important, but you can't even become that person if you're in the wrong mindset, obviously. But I just find that so many people, like, they focus on the timeline so much that they keep messing up, and then they consider themselves a failure, but all they really did was fail, and they could learn from that failure. But in their head, they're like, I'm a failure now, and then they just quit, and then they're like, wait, I got to start again. And they keep doing that, and then 4 months pass, and they're like, I've been working out for 4 months, where's my results? It's like, you haven't been consistent for 4 months. Your results literally depend on your consistency. So if you give every day 100%, you're going to get results. I see this so much. People spend time. They spend 3 months on a journey. But it's not about the time spent. It's about the quality. Like, what the fuck did you do? Did you actually eat what you needed to every day? I did most of the time. Most of the time, 80% of the time, if you eat what you need to eat 80% of the time, and you don't 20% of the time, and the 20% of the time is so many calories, you're just going to cancel it out. You might lose 2 pounds when you should have lost, 20 pounds of fat. You know what I mean? I see that way too much. And then people are like, it's not working. The work always works. You have to reevaluate whether you're doing what you need to do every single day. Those days where you don't feel like it, or the days where, like I said, a Tuesday where it's raining outside, your phone is dry as shit, you feel me, your Wi-Fi went out or some shit like that, you got in a car accident, you have to show up on those days. Tuesday like that, bro, Tuesdays are ass, bro. So a Tuesday like that, bro, that's depressing, bro. Like, but you still have to show up. That's when it matters. It doesn't, like, people think it matters when it's like, when it's Monday and they're locked in on everything, getting back into work, like, okay, I'm good. Wednesday is hump day, I got this. Friday, I made it. They think that's when it matters, bro. At the end of the day, every fucking day matters the same, right? Because if you execute Monday through Friday,
it's about the sense of urgency too, and it's again ties back to, like, people think like you have forever to live, and then all of a sudden you're on your deathbed and you're like, dang, dude, I'm fat. I wish I would have just started. I wish I would. And the again, like, everything for me, like, in life, it was like anime, sports. Like with football, when I got the knee disease, the Osgood-Schlatter in my knee. Like,
shit, literally, only nigga on earth that has that shit, bro. You're the only, like,
crazy.
there's like 1% of the population on earth has that shit. Like, the doctor said that shit. I was like, nigga, did he give it to you? How do you even know what the fuck that was, bro? That nigga gave that shit to you or something, bro. How did like?
I don't know, but I was like, bro, I couldn't walk. I was like, what the fuck? And then the coaches thought I was trying to skip practice. I was like, bro,
exactly.
They thought I was trying to skip practice. So like, I would go home after like football practice. 'Cause I wanted to show up to show them, like, I'm serious about this. But it's like showing up, they just look at me and they're like, this kid, he's so happy he doesn't have to condition today. I was like, bro, if I could walk, bro, I'd be so happy, but I couldn't. So then it gave me that realization. It's like, you don't know what you have until you lose it, for a lot of people, and that's gonna give you that sense of urgency. So like, when people are on their deathbed, they're like, oh man. So that sense of urgency is not there for a lot of people. A lot of people are complacent right now, and then again, I think it's because the dopamine hits with social media and everything. They're getting what they want to out of life and stuff. But anyways, tying back to that is that, like, I couldn't even walk, dude. So I used to cry, bro, because I was like, I need to go to the NFL. I need to go to the
Bro,
NFL.
Booby
I,
Miles.
all I want to do is play football, coach. I want to.
My
I
nigga, bro.
swear, bro. I swear, I was like, bro, I'm real life Booby Miles. But then as soon as my knee got better, that's when I was like, all right, every day, I was like, bro, today, how it feels today, I was like, bro, my knee feels good today. How it feels today might never come back. I lined up, and then I was like, all right, bet I'm at corner. I lined up against Jordan Akins. He's in the NFL right now, but I lined up against Jordan Akins. I was at cornerback. He was at receiver. He's 6'4", bro. He's like 6'4". I was like 5'8", and I was like a sophomore, and he was a senior, and he was, bro, recruited out the ass. But he took off, and then like I locked him up, and then I got a pick, and then I ran it back, and then they got so mad. They're like, what the fuck? They're like, this little kid whose knee always hurts, blah blah blah. But every day that's why I was like, bro, every day I'm giving it 100% because I don't know if tomorrow if my knee's gonna act up again. And then every day I was just giving it 100%, 100%.
Bro, that's
100%.
actually crazy,
And
bro.
they were like, yo, this kid is fucking good. And then I like the next year started, it got all the awards and stuff. Had big plays, but it was just because I was showing up every day, and I was like, I don't care what happens tomorrow. I was like, right now I'm gonna do the best that I can, and I'm gonna have fun doing it because I was like, bro, like it feels good to run. Even now, when I go running, like I'm like it's weird. I have the same exact feeling that I had the day after like my knee felt good for the first time. Every time I go running, even like when I was in college football, college track, like when I go running, I'm very thankful and very happy to run because I was like I remember those times where I was sitting and I couldn't even walk.
Bro, that's
Went home, couldn't even go home.
bro, that's my favorite clip of all time, bro. I remember I played that clip at least 1,000 times, bro. I used to have to, bro. I couldn't go to sleep unless I played that clip, bro. I used to be like, I used to go to sleep. I couldn't go home. That shit was funny, bro. Bro, I got 2 points with that. So getting back into training, because right, like I said, right now I'm doing boxing. It's been like four and a half weeks or whatever. But like, so I'm doing workouts in the morning, and then I'm going to boxing in the afternoon. So it's like my schedule's like super locked in. Like everything's execution. But I forgot about, like, remember track season? Like you get shin splints. I forgot you get shin splints. But like that's the thing. Like people. Like discomfort is part of the process. Like you want to be a good boxer. Like my wrist hurts a little bit because week one I was working on my hooks. They were ass. Now they're good. But you just work through it. Like football season, I always had stingers. My neck was always hurting. You feel me? I always had like nerve damage or some shit, bro. I was always borderline Antonio Brown CTE type shit, like borderline every time. But you have to get back in there. They're like, you good? If you say no, they're gonna be like, you're a pussy, bro. You're not willing to do what it takes. And it's like you have to get shit done. You don't, like, no one cares about how you feel, what your excuse is. They only care about if you get it done or not. That's number one. Number two, I had the same situation. Like that's why I locked in on nutrition for real, because I kept fucking around with my nutrition. Like my entire nutrition growing up, it was like we did the Frosted Flakes with sugar. Yeah, that was the healthiest thing I ate. Because other than that, McDonald's and Doritos. So like when I got the gastritis with the ulcers, bro, the ulcers were so bad, bro. I was literally telling Forty about this. I remember it would be like before they could diagnose me and knew what it was. I remember literally, bro, I had to go to school the next day and I had to go to football practice. This was senior year. But I lost my starting spot because I went from 172 to 148 in 2 weeks from the gastritis. And they're like, I don't know what the fuck he has. Because when you say something that's not common, they're like, black coaches be like, man, that nigga just tripping, bro. He's just scared. He's scary. I'm like, bro, I'm not scared. They're like, he's scary. So I lost my starting spot because I missed so many practices going for tests and being sick and shit like that. But then, like, it was, bro, my stomach hurt so bad, bro. I couldn't even sit up. I used to literally swear to God, bro, like, come home from football practice, take a shower, do my homework. And then I didn't even go to sleep. I just stood up, bro. I literally stood up in front of my bed the whole fucking night, dude, because I couldn't sleep, dude. My stomach hurts so bad, dude. And then just go through class, and your stomach hurts, and then you go to class, and you're bloated the whole time. And then you sit at lunch alone, bro. My senior year was absolutely ass cheek, bro. Sit at lunch alone, but I wore a hoodie because I was bloated, and I was like, I know want to see me, so I was just sweating the whole lunch. So that smelled like bro. My senior year was so bad, bro. This was every day, bro. My stomach hurt. I barely got any sleep my senior year, bro. I never slept, bro. I just stood up. So then I was like, dude, if I could ever digest food again, bro, I'm locking in on nutrition. I'm not fucking around. So by the time I got to FAMU, since I was all I ate was like white rice, like plain white rice and like pure protein sources. That's when I started looking at the back of labels, because doctors were just giving me random shit, and I was like, they're like, oh, try this, try that, and I was like, what the fuck? You guys don't know anything. And then I looked on the back of the stuff, and I was like, that's why I was hurting my stomach. Has too many ingredients. So I started realizing that, yeah, 3 ingredient fruit foods is how you cure your gastritis or ulcers and shit like that. So I only stuck to 3 ingredient foods. So if it said chicken, the shit better say organic chicken. The one at Walmart says rib meat and ass cheek and shit. So I had to stick to like the really, really like plain stuff, and then white rice as well. But yeah, that's why I locked in on nutrition, and I was like, yo, if I can ever gain muscle, bro, if I can ever gain weight again, I'm gonna gain muscle. So then I started gaining weight very slowly, and I was able to bulk without dying. You know what I mean? So then I was like, okay, I could bulk, and I took it seriously. But I never really expected. Even when I did that, like my reason was not to get chicks, because like high school, I was diagnosed with not being able to get bitches. Like I was diagnosed. They're like, yeah, you're done for life, bro. It's chronic. Like everyone was saying it, they just kept reinforcing it. So in my mind, I was like, okay, I'll probably just be a 40-year-old virgin, and then someone will feel bad for me, and they might let me smash. Bro, my mom used to even look at me like, yeah, he's cooked, bro. Like I got the feeling from everyone I was cooked. I was like, I understand it. I understood it. So I just read Harry Potter. You know, I just read Harry Potter books. I just read books and shit like that. I was like, yeah, I'm cooked. So then when I got chicks, I was like, oh, okay. Well, maybe maybe she works for Red Cross and she's looking for something. What are we doing here? Is this part of the Salvation Army? Is this a joke or something? But yeah, so that's how it's supposed to be. So like my life is literally isekai. That's why I tatted this black rose, because in anime or in mythology that means death. So that's the death of the old me. That was 2017. Like that was the death of the old me. And it's like after that, it's a whole different life, bro. It's not even the same life, bro. Everything's different.
Is there? That's why I got freaking Anubis right there, boy. Anubis, the bringer of death. But yeah, basically the thing too is like, all right, either you can have a very and it's okay. Like either you can have a very strong why, but the main thing is you have to start that journey. You need to start the journey, because in the journey, what happens is either you have a very strong why, and then you're chugging along. All right, you get knocked off path. You're like, all right, I'm gonna get back on. Boom, you get knocked off. Boom, you get back, and then you get there. Or you're like, I want to do this thing, and then like you're just like kind of fucking around, and then you have a canon event, bro. You have a canon event.
The breakup, bro. Everyone's just a breakup.
You get a canon event, and then it's like, oh shit, and it puts that fire on your ass, and like you're like, all right, it's time. Like so, like for me, like I was on the path, and I was locked in. But then, like, once you lose, I'm telling you, once you lose something, it forces, like, that isekai forces the death of the old you, because you're like, all right, I realized I wasn't going 100%. I thought I was, or I kind of knew I wasn't. So it's kind of like, bro, there's a video clip where they're like, oh, and they do this at a lot of events, like speakers. They tell the audience, hey, if you want $1 million, raise your hand as high as you can, and they go like this. Like people in the audience go like this, and then he says higher, and they go higher, and he says higher, and then he's like, raise it the highest you can, and he said higher, and they keep going higher. It's like, so you never gave it 100% that first time, and then they're like, oh shit. So you literally, bro, like you gotta give it 100%, and you don't realize that until that canon event happens. And for you, it was the gas charge. You're like, okay, but it's good to lose something sometimes, because then it shows you like all you had, and then or what you can do. With what you have, or with the little that you have, it's pretty important. But events do happen.
But I was also going to add to that like I need people to understand it. That's why when I say go 110%, I'm just trying to bring people's 10% to 20%, because I know motherfuckers go 10%, bro. Like that's what I'm saying with the fitness shit, the discomfort. Because I'll have conversations with people in the gym. They're like, yo, how do you get that lean? I saw your abs, bro. How do you get your abs like that? And you say what you eat and stuff like that, and they're like, okay, that's the same thing every day. I feel like I'll get bored. And then if they do eat that, they're like, well, I get hunger pangs. Hunger pangs are the bare minimum. Like being sore. Like if you have some elbow pain, I don't care what age you are. You have some elbow pain. That means you're pushing yourself. You're pushing yourself on push day to get as strong as possible. Now, if your elbow pain is 10 out of 10 and it's dislocated, then yeah, put it back into place and keep going or some shit. But like if you have 3 out of 10 elbow pain, you have 3 out of 10 knee pain, shit like that. People are like, oh my god, I had some knee pain, I had some discomfort. If your lower back is sore, pause. It's because you're using that in your compound movements. You're using your lower back in your compound movements. That's okay. If you have a herniated disc, that's not okay. That's different. But like people, any discomfort, like 3 out of 10 soreness in their back, or like their legs are sore, delayed onset muscle soreness, they're like, I can't do this. This is bad, dude. And then yesterday, I was a little bit tired. I don't think I should do that. And they get scared. It's like, dude, that's the bare minimum. Shin splints are normal. Just keep going, bro. Oh, your shoulder kind of hurts. Keep fucking going. Like it's the smallest shit of all time. It's like you're not giving it 100%. We are capable of way more than we think we are, but we've been so coddled that like if we feel any discomfort, we just go back in our room, play Roblox, and absolutely annihilate our meats, bro. Like an overboiled hot dog just splitting in half, bro. That's what people do, bro. They just fucking destroy their meat, bro.
Boiled hot dog. It's crazy word, bro. That's crazy word. Oh my god. Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh. And then the last thing I was gonna say on this podcast was the okay. So it's pretty much about okay. How do you get to where you want to be? Well, you lock in. You got to focus and put your attention and your energy on the thoughts that make you happy, the thoughts that align with who you want to be. Don't be like, I don't want that taco. They're gonna be like, yo, what did he want? I don't know. I think he wanted a taco. But then another video that I saw the other day was something I've seen before and that's talked about a lot with like Dr. Joe Dispenza, but he talks about like the only time that exists, there's no such thing as yesterday, there's no such thing as tomorrow. Like the only time that exists that's really real is right now. So you can choose to feel the emotions that you think that you're going to feel when you get the thing or you get the girl. You could choose that emotion right now. So it's like, for instance, like if someone called you right now and was like, yo, hey man, you made it, bro. Hey, you made it. You're like, what are you talking about? Because right now you might have like, I don't know, average person has like $700 in the bank account. You might have like $700 in your account, right? And then they called like, hey, you made it, man. We saw your work. We saw that you were putting in the work, man, and we're delivering that Lambo tomorrow morning. It's coming to your apartment 800. You feel me? And we just dropped $3 million. It's on route to your bank. You look at your phone and it says on route $3 million. You're like, what the heck? And then that whole day, you're gonna be like, hey, it's lit, it's lit. You're gonna call your friends, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. You're gonna go to the gym, you're gonna be like, you're gonna hit it harder. You're gonna hit it harder, right? And then in the morning, you're gonna get up early, you're gonna be typing on your computer, have that $1 million to start that business. All right, bet. And then in the morning, he calls you, he's like, oh, I was just kidding, bro. And you're like, and then you check your phone and it's like it's not there. What happened to that feeling? Well, you can choose to have that feeling now as if it were gonna happen. And then that certainty is going to guide you. It's literally that feeling. It's just a feeling. It's going to guide you to all the right decisions, all the right emotions, all the right things. Like when you had school and you knew recess was coming, you'd get those jitters, right? Or you know it's going to be the first day of school. You're getting so excited you can't even sleep. That's how you can choose to feel
That
that right
anticipation.
now. Yeah, the
Yeah,
anticipation.
when you're excited for something, that's a good point though because that's like when I was in Georgia since they had math one and shit. Once we came back to Florida, I had like a 3.5 in Georgia. Once we came back to Florida, since some of the shit didn't count, I had a 4.0. So people thought of me as a 4.0 student. So then I started carrying myself like a 4.0 student, and then I got smarter. It's like the ACT story. Remember, I mean the SAT story. Remember the story?
Yeah.
The SAT got mixed up, and he started acting like the person, and then it took him so far in his career, and then 10 years later, they found out he really got a low score or some shit. That's what happens, man, when you really act like that person. That's why you'll see people who overachieve, the Dunning-Kruger effect. They just do because they believe. Versus the person who has all the capabilities to do what they need to do, they overthink the shit. Those the people who can go furthest literally are their own worst enemy because they overanalyze everything. Like they literally overanalyze everything. They're like, you know what? I don't think I should do that. Wait, yeah, I should. That's a good idea. I don't know. 10 years later, the person that's way dumber than them has been doing it for 10 years. So now they have 10 years of experience, 10 years of contacts, 10 years of reviews and shit like that. So it's like they're way ahead of you. And then now you feel even more behind. So now you're gonna overanalyze shit and be like, see, now I'm really behind. And then it's 10 more years, and you're like, what the fuck? Like that's what happens so much. And even with the fitness shit, like fitness is very straightforward. You get your ass in the gym, right? I don't really care about people's form in the gym. Like if you're a beginner, you just want to move weight. All right, just try exercises because your first lunge isn't gonna look like your thousandth lunge. Your first bench press rep is not gonna look like your thousandth rep. All right, it's just not gonna happen. People want to have a perfect first rep without doing a rep, but the only way to get a perfect rep is to do thousands of reps. Like that's the issue, and they can never get over that. They just go in circles. Like no. Before I do that rep, oh I need weightlifting shoes, so they buy the weightlifting shoes. They're like I need a blender, I need a blender so I can blend up some shit that I'm not gonna fucking eat consistently. They blend up some shit, right? They're like wait. My fitness pal isn't enough. I need the paid version. Wait, my personal trainer is not enough. I need a personal trainer. Wait, regular massages aren't enough. I need a happy end. No, I'm just kidding. But people just go overboard and they spend money without doing the thing. Just do the thing, bro. Just do the thing. They try to avoid it. It's literally like this. There's a Pokemon battle. Like if you want to finish the game, you have to go in the middle and do that Pokemon battle. But people aren't going in the middle. They're going all around and just beating their meat. It's like, bro, go to the middle, bro. You have Charizard already, bro. You're ready to beat this nigga. Just go beat the nigga and finish the game. But they won't finish the game, bro.
Yeah, that's analysis paralysis right there, and yeah, the same thing happens in stocks too, but in everything really. yeah, but okay. So that's pretty much the entire thing, bro. I wanted
Yeah.
to talk about, bro. What's it called? The wrong way to use healing magic. I don't know if you've seen that. Have you seen that?
Oh,
The
did
anime?
you pause it? It's still going.
Yeah, no, it's still going. I'll stop you. Hold up.